Hello. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in, all my mature adults, all my mature kings and beauty queens, all my mature men and women, my mature ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting for you all to come in. I don't want to wait too long because I have to go to work tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and start my commentary. I'm going to start giving my reaction now, and then hopefully you all can watch the replay. And you see what I call the title as the truth and lies turn, because we know what's going on with the Latruths. We know that it is really a soap opera. It is a whole soap opera. When it comes to the Latruth stories, it's been going on over almost close to a year. October, it would be 1 year since this terrible rumor, or if it is a rumor, or isn't a rumor, but it's been going on over close to a year. And I'm going to tell you straight up, it's not going to be an ending no time soon. It's not going to be worked out no time soon until closure come. And the only way that closure is going to come into this rumor is put to rest and the truth come out. And like I said, I did a video before and I said the only way that the truth is going to come out if both of them, husband, wife, ex, whatever they want to call themselves, both of them need to take a lie detector test. And what I believe should happen as well, they should both go on Ayana Fix My Life. That's been my whole story, because at the end of the day, if you look at any of the reaction channels who's doing their job, which it is the job because they're getting paid, some of them getting paid to talk about what's going on, and people don't like people telling their side of a story, giving their viewpoints. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. When people put their business on social media, be ready to get some feedback. Me, myself, and I don't like to be mean with it. I like to give my opinion and keep it moving. Every now and then when I hear some stuff, I like to keep it moving. When this first happened in October, I did a reaction then. Several reaction on what happened. Once I gave my opinion about what I believe, I left it alone for many of months. But now it's getting to the point, just like Whitney Houston said when she went to that, I think, BET concert, she was like, you better lay low. And that's what I see that the wife's side is doing. They are laying low, and Mr. Robert, he is laying low. He always was real kind of hush mouth and probably said what he had to say, as letting his wife know, I hear you, but I feel just not make my comment what I'm saying too bad, but he say stuff to let her know that, oh, I hear you. So that's what I see. And I had wrote something down because I don't want to forget what I was saying, because throughout the day I was running some errands because I'm off my day job today, and I was writing down stuff, and something I had was writing, it was like, it's okay with these reaction channel, with people doing their reaction channels. Remember, everybody have a right to react to something. If somebody doing something on the social media, people have a right to speak on it. A lot of people don't like it for whatever their reason is. They don't like people to speak on her, and they don't like people to speak on the husband. But at the end of the day, these reaction channel can do what they want to do, long as everything is in the guidelines. If everything is in the guidelines, they have freedom of speech. They can say allegedly, my opinion, I believe. They can't make anything a fact. So, like I said, I was writing some things down. And the first one I was writing, the first thing I wanted to remember, I didn't want to forget to say that it's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. You don't have to fight nobody. You don't have to dox nobody. Just know it's your opinion of what you have to say, and you don't have to fuss and fight with nobody else about their opinion. If you don't like a personal opinion, it is what it is. You just don't like their opinion, and just keep it moving. And another thing I wrote down, people will have a difference of opinion. We have 8 billion people living on this earth. Everybody is not going to agree. Everybody's not going to agree with different things. I don't care if somebody look at the sky and some people say the sky is blue. So somebody look at it and say, well, I see a little green in there. They can disagree with that. And it's okay because that's what they eyes saw. That's what they believe. So everybody probably don't look at the sky as being blue because never know they probably have issues with their eyes. So even though they saying their truth, it don't mean they're lying. It's their truth. It's what they eyes see. They see the sky as being blue, and somebody see the sky as being light green. So another thing I wrote down is that truth and lies are in every story that's not clear. If a story is not clear to a judge, that judge have to come up with their own conclusion. That's why it's always good when people go to court. Bring evidence. Bring as much evidence as you can, because if not, it's going to be your word against the other person's word. So bring proof, because when you go to court, it's no hearsay. You have to have evidence. You have to have evidence. And so the next thing I wrote, there are groups who want to make sense of this drama. All these people who's talking about this story, they talking about this story because some people want to make sense out of this drama that's going on, that's almost going on for a whole year. Some of these groups just like, you know what, I know it just needs to make sense. And they're going to keep on talking about it until it makes sense. And some groups don't want the truth to be exposed. Some groups don't want the truth to be exposed. They want everybody, some people, just to stop talking about it, just to leave it alone, don't mention it no more, just drop it. But people is not going to drop it because it's a bad rumor being put out about somebody. That rumor could cause somebody not to, for a woman not to want to be attached to that person, who may not want to be in a relationship with that person, because that's the bad rumor. For somebody to be accused of DV, that is a rumor you don't want to be put out amongst anybody. It can be your child, it can be your son, it can be your daughter, it can be a relative, it can be a friend. People don't want that kind of rumor put out. So you got to be extremely careful the things you say, and then say it need to be a stop to it. The only person who can really say that, hey, stop talking about it, leave it alone, is Robert. He's the only one should be able to say, you know what, even though it's not true, I just want it to be done. Don't defend me no more. It is what it is. I accept that people are going to keep talking about me, but I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of being on these Facebook and YouTube social media streets for this long of a time, and nothing is getting solved. That's why I said people are going to continue to talk about this story, because it's no resolution. So weeks ago, I had said the only way, probably a couple, not even 2 weeks ago, I had mentioned, in order for this to be deadened, they need to go on Ayana, Fix My Life. It is what it is. Go on Ayana, Fix My Life, and let her figure out what is going on amongst these two people. It's a story. She would pull it out. She would say, hey, we got to do something, and you all have to do the work. She put people in different places If it's them two, she would not have them in the same area well, to sleep in the same area, but to come together at times she would have them to come together. But it's pretty much no other show that I believe will get to the bottom of what's really going on. The only way it would not work on her show if people bail out. If people bail out on her show, then it ain't gonna work. I guarantee you, if it's 2 days that she gonna spend with you, maybe three, I don't know how long for her to dig into this, she gonna get to the bottom of what all this drama that's going on in this used to be marriage. She gonna get to the bottom of it. And what else I had put? Okay, this is what people need to know. This people need to know, just because people don't agree with the husband and with the wife, it does not mean that that person do not like the person they disagree with. People saying, people hating of her, hating on him, jealous of her, jealous of him. I don't think that's the case. They just don't agree. They just don't agree. All these people who's talking about the wife and don't agree with her don't mean that they hating or dislike her at all. The people who don't agree with the husband don't mean that they don't like him. It's like they don't believe what he's saying, and they have a right for their belief. They have a right for their opinion. And I had wrote, a lot of people, when it comes to the wife, soon to be ex-wife, and I call her beautiful because she loved when people say you pretty. She loved that, so I just call her beautiful. So when people start talking about beautiful in a way that she dislike, she get furious. She get furious, she get angry, and I think that that's something about that. When people talk against her and she gets so angry, I think Ayana could pull that out of her. Why she gets so angry? I believe Ayana is something that's going on in her life that Ayana is the right person to pull that out of Miss Beautiful. I believe so, because she gets super angry. And for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, Miss Beautiful, she would not give her soon-to-be ex-husband his flowers, his acknowledgement of how he got her on when it came to social media. I know she probably was already had a channel. She probably already was had a Facebook. But I'm talking about how he got her to where she's at today. I don't know why she would not acknowledge that again. Like she used to acknowledge it, but for some reason, she's not wanting to give him his flowers. And that is something that she know that he did for her, something that he know, and something that the people who've been watching them from the beginning know. And so for some odd reason, in the last 10 months, well, since October, some reason she's not giving him his flowers, his acknowledgement for allowing her channel to be what it is today. And like I say, I have nothing against her. I believe what I believe, and that's my opinion. But like, she's young enough and I'm old enough, going to be 52, to be her mother. So I'm not going to say anything negative and bad about her. I just hate the fact that what she had, and living this, if I'm not in their shoes, I can't tell nobody what to do. Because like I say, we really don't know the truth. That's why I said I believe both of them need to, after something like this is put out, something this like this is put out, we need to know the truth. We can't just accept that, oh, let's stop talking about it, let's end it, let's deaden it, let's just let it go. No, after all this happened, people want answers. Did this really happen? And I think the reason why so many people is going in on Miss Breezeful is because so many of her stories was not consistent. It was always something different. And the sad thing is that it's her videos that showing her inconsistency. It's her videos that showing her inconsistency. And I just what it'd be nice if they both came together, friends or just being co-parents, and came and worked this out. Come and work it out, because it blown way out of hand. It is way out of hand. I don't think it really can be fixed. That's why I say I believe Ayana can fix it. Because it should not have got this bad. It should not have gotten this bad. And it's just certain things that I didn't like, that I was watching, because I sit back and look at the bushes. I don't comment in too many people chats. But the things I didn't like is when her new guy had the daughter, their 3-year-old daughter, at the door, and was saying that do she want to go with the dad? And I don't know really, because that baby is smart. That baby is smart. And she not once said, no, I don't want to go with my daddy. No, I didn't. She never once said that. So I don't know if they had a Freddy Krueger face, a mask at the door, or something that was terrifying her. Because when she was looking at that door, she was terrified. She was terrified when she was looking at the door. So I don't know if they had a monster face, statue or something that was real ugly at the door, because she was horrified. And when she's with him, she's not horrified. She's loving, she's laughing, she's eating, she's having fun. And so for that, I believe it probably was more. I think it was probably more at that door, and it was kind of disturbing to watch. It really was, because I have 3 children, and I couldn't see myself doing that. I wouldn't do that. That's especially if I put it on social media where everybody's going to look. And I know a lot of people don't want this discussion to be talked about, but at the end of the day, it's on. Listen to this word: social media. So many people is looking at this story. Some people want to talk about it, but they don't have a channel. Some people want to talk about it, but they have no way to talk about it. So you got people who's doing reaction channels, a reaction on it. Some people do it every day, all day. To each his own. If these reaction channels talk about this every day, that is their business. To each his own. This is my channel. I choose not to talk about it every day, but it's to each his own. If I did choose to talk about it every day, I would. That would be what I want to do, but I don't. But like I said, in October, I gave my opinion on what I thought based on what she had said, the soon-to-be ex-wife said. I gave my opinion off of everything that she said. That is how I base what I believe on her, because I don't know the story. Everything that people is saying, and people have to realize this, how mad people are who disagree with the ex-wife just being beautiful. That's why I call it beautiful. When people don't agree with her, I want people to know that these reaction channel do not, I feel it, that they don't dislike her. They don't hate her. They're not jealous of her. It's just that the inconsistencies in the story. Because you got to realize a lot of these women admitted that they was on her side until she kept talking. Her own words made people switch up and go for the husband. Her story. Because you got to realize the husband wasn't saying anything. He just was sitting by being quiet. Sitting by him being the older one, the oldest, and being in this social media for so long, he knew if this would have been brought out, whether it was true or whether it was false or whether it was a rumor, he knew if they did not say it was a skit, that they was going to get this type of backlash. He was wise enough to say before she when the story got leaked, well, she didn't leak it out, but when she put the story out, he knew that it was going to be backlash. That's the maturity, the wisdom that he had. And sure enough, it happened. People, it seemed like it's just the beginning. It's been happening so long now, it seems like it's just the beginning, because until the facts, the truth of the matter with the DV is put out, this never going to be over. And a lot of people that's why you keep hearing these other channels saying pretty much feeding off of what they're saying. But I'm not going to keep feeding off of it. I say what I say and I move on to something else. But when people, what's that song called? Just give them something to talk about. Giving them something to talk about, they're going to talk on it. These are reaction channels. They can react to whatever they see, whatever they hear, and whatever they think. So whatever somebody, just say for instance, if you in a grocery store and you see a child being real rebellious, just having temper tantrums and just being off the chain, the mom can't control them, the kid is being loud, screaming, hollering, fussing, fighting with the mom, the parents, the dad, whoever the case may be. If you in that mall or in that store, you're going to look. Some people are going to just look and keep it moving. Some people are going to look and say something to that person. Some people are going to look and give you a reaction. People is going to talk. People is going to talk. And so when people think that it's not right for people to say something about it, and I hear a lot of people say, well, that's their life, y'all need to leave it alone. Listen, what's the reason these people bringing it on social media if they want people to leave it alone? If they want people to leave it alone, stop putting everything on social media, because it is social. You know what social means? Everybody know what social means. It's a social event. So people going to talk about it, and people have to realize that. So like I tell people, if you don't want your business out in these social media streets, don't put it in there. Don't put it in there. Because everybody ain't going to like the change. Everybody's not going to like the change that they see. But like hey, that's her business. If she change up how she move, that's her business. Did I like her? Not like her, but did I like the person that she was when she was married to Mr. Latruths? Even though she was faking it, I guess, from what she's saying, that she was never happy. I didn't see that she was never happy, but obviously something caused her to be unhappy, and you can't blame a person unhappiness with their spouse. You all have to realize that if he was unhappy about something while he was married to her, his unhappiness don't always have to do with the spouse. It can be unhappiness of within. Something that you have within yourself, something that you hold in yourself before you even got with somebody, before you even had children, before you even got married. It's something within that you did not get fixed. It's something that you didn't have closure. So and the things that she's saying when she said she was not happy, we don't know what she got going on with her before she got with her husband. We don't know what was going on with Miss Latruth at the time when she got with her husband. So when some people say, I was never happy in that marriage, you got to ask yourself, was you already happy before you got with your husband? Did everything that was going on within, did you already put a closure to that? Did you already have some forgiveness? Because from what I seen with some of the interviews, and let me tell you again, I do not dislike this young lady. If I was to see her today, I would speak to her. I would say hello to her. I would tell her that, hey, you're a beautiful young lady. That's what I would say. I have nothing against her. But at the end of the day, in some things within her, I don't think she got closure. And the reason I say that because I seen her do a video, and I think she was a little upset, probably a lot of upset, and she was like, I'm not that little girl that this. I'm not that little girl this. I'm not that little girl that. It was she said about 5 things, and she put the word, I'm not that little girl no more. When she was a little girl, she was not with her husband. So you got to ask yourself, why was she saying, I'm not that little girl? And she said it about 5 times on whatever video it was. She was going in and she was trying to tell a story. She was saying, I can't remember the video, but it's out there somewhere. But a lot of her videos that she was going in on her page, a lot of the videos is deleted. I don't see them no more on her page, but I never forget. I never forget. And in that, those words came out of her mouth. And by me being the age where I can be old enough to be a mom to her, because my daughter is 33. And I'm 52. I'll be 52. And when I hear her, it seems like she's crying out for help. It seems like she's crying out for love. Because when she said, I'm not that little girl, and she went on, finished that sentence, I'm not that little girl, my heart went out to her. I said, she's not complete. She don't have closure. It's something deep going on with her. She need prayer. She need love. She don't need to get beat up. Not literally beat up, but beat up with words, with people coming for her in a bad way. Like I said, people going to give their opinion because she's putting her business out there. But at the end of the day, when I seen that video, when she was telling people, because I'm not that little girl no more. I'm not that little girl. I'm saying, keeps saying it. She keeps saying little girl. She was hurt before. And she's still at that age of when she got hurt. Because being 30 years old, 31 years old, for her to be that age, for you to say, and you in a whole marriage, getting ready to end that marriage, and you saying that I'm not that little girl, I'm not that little girl, I'm not at least 5 or 6 times. Your husband have nothing to do with whatever that was when you was a little girl. So I think she's still holding on to some resentment, some anger, some fear, some hatred, and it's not her fault. She just have to get help. That's why I said again, and I would keep saying again, they need to go on a Yana Fix My Life. Both of them, when it comes to this marriage and people digging out the truth, they need to go on to Y'all Fix My Life, because she will tell them, oh, you got to do some work. When you go in your room and she give them a project that she do, and she would dig it out of them. She digging out of people. I used to watch that show all the time, and I still sometimes will watch the reruns of that show, just to see how she able just to not know these people, the people who come on her show, and somehow, some way, she get a little bit of what's going on, and then she'll put something together, invite them to her house, and she get to going and doing what she do best, digging out the problem and letting them do the work. They need the Latruths. They need to do some work. But Miss, I call her Beautiful because she is beautiful. So I call her first name Bree. So with Miss Beautiful, she need to get some help. She need to get some help, and that's not nothing to picking. It don't got nothing to do with picking. Oh, I want nobody to say, oh, he need to get help. This not about him. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about her. She's hurting. She's hurting. She's in a spot that we don't know, but by me, my intuition, when I heard what I heard her say, I said, this is a hurt little girl. The way she behaving, it's a hurt little girl. The way she acting, she's a hurt little girl. And I am not being disrespectful. I'm not being mean. I see what I see, and I'm saying what I'm saying. Because you see it. Because too many people is not going to turn from being a whole wife to shaking their booty right in. Hey, I got my camera right here, and I'm for the Turk. People ain't going to change from being a whole wife with 4 children, putting the camera where you can see the butt and the boobs and just start a Turk in the boot. People ain't going to do that. People is not going to just get a bathing suit and just put it, look at me, look at me. People not going to do that. Something is going on. Something is going on. What it is, I'm not Ayana. I can just say certain things, but I can't fix it. I can't fix it. But something is going on to make a mother of 4, a person who, you're already beautiful. You're already beautiful. So what's causing you to go in front of the camera? That's just like me putting this camera on. I'm finna put on a real sexy bathing suit. I'm finna show all my rear end, and I'm gonna shake my butt for the world. Why am I doing that? Why do that? This woman is already pretty. Head to toe. The lady is pretty. Beautiful is a beautiful woman. But I think it's something within. It's something within. Because you got to realize, before a person do something, they think about what they're doing. That's why before I came on here, I wrote some notes down. Before I turn on the camera, sometimes I know what I'm going to talk about. So anytime somebody turn on that camera, say what they say, they already know what they're going to say. And they already know why they're going to say it. And people got to realize, why she always show their little daughter and not the other kids. Why she always have the little daughter with the new boyfriend? Why she always have the little girl with him? Because at the end of the day, when you break up with somebody, you wonder, I don't care who was the cause of the breakup, you want that person to see you. You want that person to see that you looking good and doing good. Some people not all the people, some people just say, I don't want to deal with this man no more. I want him out of my life. And some people say, man, I want to hurt him because I'm hurting. Hurt people. But you have to realize, when people on these reaction channels, she always got that baby with her new boyfriend, because she is hurting and she wants to hurt. And it's just facts. Because if not, why is people, why is she doing what she's doing? You got to ask yourself, why, when you get on here, you can hear the songs. Some of the songs you can hear, and it have something to do with I don't need you, or it have something like look at me, or the video. You listen to the songs and imagine if the ex was looking at this, she would be talking to him, because it don't make sense for her to do that for us, because she don't know the other people in the world, even the people who digging her and the people who's not digging her. When you really look at the videos, it don't make sense when we look at it, but it'll make sense from his eyes looking at it. The little words in the songs, it'll make sense to a couple who just broke up, because those videos don't make sense to us. Northern Dane, hello. Hello, Brown Tan, how you doing? But when she come on, you guys, all the videos that y'all see, all the videos, that is not a 30-year-old woman talking. It's a 30-year-old woman talking, but she's talking from hurt. She's talking from a little girl. The things that she's doing is of a younger person, because normally a mother with four beautiful children, it's heartbreaking to me, because I know that social media is going to be around for a long time. Social media is going to be around for a long time. And these kids, young, and some of them getting older, by her being so popular, these videos going to be out there. Oh, these videos going to be out there. With the less amount of clothes that she got on, the young boys probably be showing those pictures to their friends. I don't think that she's thinking about that stuff, the long term. I don't think she's thinking about the long term. It's so many ways that a person can be a model. You don't have to take it all off and expose yourself with four children people going to see this. Your body is a nice body. They did a good job. But me, I think about my children first. I'm not going to do all this and show everything, because my kids going to have friends. The fact that you're going to have daughters and their boyfriends going to eventually see the nakedness, almost close to nakedness, of their mother's body. When people do reactions, I think about what's going to happen down the long run. I don't get on here and do a reaction and put nobody down. I say what I say, and the next day, the next video, I'm on something totally different. But when something lead me to say something about what's going on, I speak on it, because something need to be heard. Somebody need to hear what I'm saying, whether it's the husband, whether it's beautiful, whether it's anybody. Because like I said, I'm old enough to be her mother. My daughter is older than her. So I have a 33-year-old, 23-year-old, will be 24. He'll be 24 August 6th, and I have a 16-year-old. So I won't be the one tearing this young lady down, because my heart go out to her. I think what people need to do when it comes to her is tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Even though it's too late and some things already been said about the husband, we didn't need to know all that stuff. That was not our business. That was too much information for strangers to know about your then husband, the father of your children. We did not need to know that information. That was not our business. And you see why a lot of celebrities come on and all they'll say is we have irreconcilable differences and leave it alone. Because once they start telling what's going in their marriage, hey, once they put it out there, they know people have the right to talk about it. Why do you think these people just say, hey, we getting divorced, we have differences, irreconcilable differences, and they leave it at that, and we don't hear nothing else. We don't hear nothing else about these celebrities who getting divorced and why they divorcing, because they know once they put it out there in the social media, TMZ, they want to talk about it. They are going to talk about it. So when she put that out there about what happened, and she said, oh, he want me to say it's a skit. He wanted you to say it was a skit, whether it was true or not, because the backlash that you're getting now. That's why I believe he wanted to say, hey, just say it's a skit, because he knew that this was going to happen. I did a video right when it happened based off what she said, and I came up to my conclusion based off of what the soon-to-be ex-wife said. That's how I came up with my conclusion, because Mr. Robert didn't have nothing to say but, no, I didn't do it. That's the only thing that he kept repeating, clear my name. I didn't do it. What else did he say? What else did he say besides, I didn't do it? I didn't do it. But all this other information is because of the ex did not want to stop talking. Every story that you see these reaction channels who is against her, it's because what she said. I don't dislike Miss Beautiful. Because for the people who just coming on, I call the ex-wife Beautiful because she's a beautiful. So I call her Beautiful. So I don't dislike her. I just want the truth to come out, because this never going to be over. If you guys think people are going to stop talking about this, think again. Think again. Why you all think it's so many reaction channels coming up now? Why you think so many? They are causing people to get pages because people want to tell their story about what they believe. They causing people to make pages. I've been had my page. I've been gave my opinion when she first was in that car and telling people what happened. And I was like, And I gave a reaction a couple of times, way in October. But you didn't see my face talking about it that much because I said what I said and I left it alone. But if I would have kept going, just how you see all these other people on it, I would have been in that crowd amongst the ones who was talking about it all the time. But like I said, when I gave my reaction from day one, and just because her story was not consistent, that's what made me not believe the things she was saying. Not because I didn't want to believe her, because she gave the story. She said what happened. I wanted his phone. I took his phone. We was doing WWE on the sofa. I sprayed him with mace. She was saying that stuff. So that's why I based my opinion as she was the aggressor. Not that I didn't like her. I didn't believe, wanted to believe the husband. I based my opinion on what she said, because I wasn't there. Nobody was there. So I just want people to realize Don't go in so hard on these reaction channels who don't disagree, who don't agree with her. They're giving their opinion based on what she said. Because you got to ask yourself, what did the ex say? The only thing that he said was, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. That he didn't do it. But all these videos that she deleted, she put all that stuff out there. So I know people doxing people. I know people upset with these reaction channels. But at the end of the day, women, men, kings, beauty queens, chill, listen. At the end of the day, we don't know these people personally. All these people who doing channels do not know these people personally. No, we was not in the house with them. But at the end of the day, you got to listen to what people saying. Is this person being consistent with the same story that she said this month, last week, days before? Is the story consistent? No, it's not. And just because of people saying that her story is not consistent, don't mean that they hate her. Don't mean that they don't like her. Don't mean that they jealous of her. It's just the stories that she's saying is not consistent. So I just wish that people would stop the doxing people. Stop putting people address out there, because God forbid if someone so obsessed with this woman go to somebody's address and do something, that would be on your conscience. And then you would have to go through the maybe prison time, reaping and sowing with the man above. You don't have to do all that. Allow people to be themselves. Allow people to say what they have to say. Allow people to speak their minds. You don't have to dox people. You don't have to put people channels out there. Do I know who doing it? No, because I don't follow everybody. But I'm hearing it through the other reaction channels, seeing this stuff being done. Should this stuff be done? No. Everybody is an adult who's on here. People have the right to look at something and give their opinion. That's it, and that's all. People have a right to agree to disagree. Who are we to tell people that they can't comment on something that's on social media? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. It's not fair for somebody, people to say, well, they can put their story out there, but nobody better not talk about it. You can't tell nobody not to talk about it. I know some things that people wish that they didn't see, because it's kind of exposing her, because they put in her words that she say out of her mouth on video, and people seeing clearly what's being said. And people going to like who they like. I don't care if they found out that he was lying, I found out that she was lying. People still going to like her. People still going to love the husband. Just like the show called Set It Off with the 4 women. People say that was so said. I said was said. I cried every time I looked at that show. For at least 5 times I watched it. 5 times at the end I cried. Even in the middle part. Even when Jada was holding her arms when she was, the friend was getting ready to die. I cried on pretty much every part. But guess what? Those women was doing so much wrong. Killing people. Robbing banks. But people loved them. Because they knew, hey, in some part of their heart, they are good people, but they doing this to better themselves. But at the end of the day, people still love them. People still cried. People still wanted them to be alive. Did not want them to be unalived. Because they knew beside them robbing them banks, besides them unaliving people, when they amongst themselves, they loving, they caring, they fun, they funny, but they had another side to them. People love the side besides the Robin and Banks and all that stuff. The majority of people did love them. And just like people going to love um, Breachful, and people is going to love Robert. Regardless how this playing out, he got the people who love him and believe him, and she got people who love her and believe her. But at the end of the day, it's not going to stop until they both take a lie to take the test. It's not going to stop, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying people just need to stop talking about this. People need to deaden this. People need to move on. People need to put a close to it. Nobody's not going to put a close to it, because the rumor is out there. The rumor is not a minor rumor. That is a humongous rumor to just let go. It's a humongous rumor that's put out there. So until that rumor is the truth is found out about that rumor, whether he did or didn't do what she said, people gonna keep talking about it. And one thing I will say, my truth, if somebody was to ask me, what's your truth about it? My truth, I have to say that both of them are guilty. Both of them are guilty for the abusive, because I don't know if she's, well, from what some parts showing that she was an aggressor in some of this stuff. So how we know that when the camera was not on, because sometimes the camera probably, they did not put the camera on all the time, they probably went back and forth. How we know that when she was hitting him that he didn't push her and say go on? We don't know that, because some people get on. I'm not going to give you an illustration. Did anybody see Baby Boy? Did anybody see Baby Boy? If you seen Baby Boy, you know how he did not want to hit his girlfriend. And then you see when she kept telling him something, and then she sucked him in his face, and he hold his face, and when he turned around, he bite slapped her. So we don't know what's really happening. People can antagonize. Some women can antagonize a person so bad, before you know it, the person click and probably do something that they don't want to do. You know, some people, because I truly, now I'm just saying, this is my belief. My belief. I don't see him. I ain't gonna say he never did, because I wasn't there. But from what she said, he didn't ever do all that stuff to her. Then it's time that she said he did. So like I said, her story can be inconsistent sometimes based on her own story. It's out there. I seen the videos. She put it out there. Oh yeah, he did. Oh no, he never did this. Oh yes, he did. Oh, y'all taking it too far. You know, so it's like, it's not that I don't want to believe her, but she make it to where, hey, you can't help but say, oh, she ain't telling the truth, because then she said this. Then next time she said this. Then she said it this way. Then she said that. Then she said it happened. Then she said it didn't happen. Then she said, y'all coming up with y'all conclusion. Y'all saying this. So it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault for what we believe. She's putting it out there. In the fact that so many reaction channels who is on the husband side, so many people is going against the reaction channels, and you got to ask yourself, why is they going against against her when it comes to her husband? Because she is putting it out there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be mad at the reaction channels. Don't be mad at the reaction channels, because she's putting it out there, guys. And if you loved her in the beginning, say, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Because I think if she knew what she was saying was right, she would not have deleted all of her videos. You got to ask yourself, why did she deleted all of these videos? Because it's incriminating. It is. And I know some people don't want to believe it, but believe it from somebody who don't have nothing against her. Believe it from somebody who don't have nothing against the husband. I would want, if I was thinking that before she got with her now boyfriend, I was thinking that they might get back together because they would have been beautiful together. Look at the husband now and look at her. They would have been a power couple in these YouTube streets. So I don't have nothing against this lady at all. Just like the name that I had called her, I called her Beautiful because she loved to be called beautiful. She loved compliments. And so, hey, I give you a name. You're Bree. You're beautiful. 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 You get that name because she is. There's no denying. It's no denying that the lady is nice looking. It's no denying that whoever did her body did a good job. It's no denying the before and after. It's no denying. Whoever did her enhancement, they did a good job. And it is what it is. You know, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, it's not yours, it's not yours, it's not yours. A lot of stuff is not ours. A lot of people that we see who got fake hair, it's not theirs, but it looked good on them. They bought it. You know, so her body may not be hers, but she bought it. And whoever did it, she paid the money and they did a good job. But at the end of the day, just because she's a beautiful young lady and you can't just believe everything that somebody says. And I just want people just to chill with this story. Talk about, say what you got to say, do reaction. Because I'm doing a reaction on it. But just try not to put nobody down. Try not to put nobody down. You can give a reaction without putting somebody down. And so I'm getting ready to end this video today. I may talk about it again, but at the end of the day, you see a lot of people is doing what Whitney Houston said. And I said this in the beginning of my video. You see a lot of people on her side, on Beautiful side. Whitney Houston said this years ago when I think she was at the BET Awards. Whitney Houston said, you better lay low. And that's what these people doing. They laying low because they know some of the stuff that they saying and doing, it's not in the guidelines and it's not lawful of the stuff that they doing. The stuff they saying, the stuff they putting out in these YouTube streets. Like I said, when I did my video in October, it's not that I didn't want to believe her. It's I base my opinion off of everything she said when she was in that car with her children. When she was in the car with her children and she told the story. I didn't hear her husband telling the story. I didn't hear Robert telling the story. She told exactly what happened. So people probably didn't see me doing a lot of reaction because I didn't keep on it. But guarantee you, if I would have kept on it, I would have been one of those names that people saying, ooh, she doing content on them. Ooh, she doing content on them. No, I did a couple of videos in October, maybe in November, and I said what I said, and I left it alone, and I just let everybody else do their thing. But from day one, after she voiced her opinion, well, she voiced what had happened, I sat back with her story. You got to go back when she was in that car with her children and listen. Open your ears. Just because you like somebody, and I don't have nothing against her, but for her super #1 fans, just because you like somebody don't mean what they saying is true. It don't mean that they're a lie. All you have to listen and you come to your conclusion. You come to your conclusion. Because once somebody say something to me and I listen and I say, a little sin in your hall, and that's what I did. When she was talking, I was like, wait a minute now. So you telling me that you wanted his phone? You're telling me that you went to grab his phone? You're telling me that you sprayed him with mace? You're telling me that your finger got broken in that WWE fight? Or we was on that couch like we was WWE? Well, maybe that's how your finger got broke. Maybe when you was on the floor kicking, because you got to realize, why is somebody got a toe? The man had to be weak with no stomach, fussing and fighting. How you trying to heal? So yes, you're going to protect your belly. You have to listen to her words and listen to her words without being judgmental, as a negative judgmental, and listen to what she's saying. This was a newly story. New when she was in the car with her children. Go back and listen to that video and come up with your opinion. Come up with your opinion. This is somebody who don't have nothing against this woman. Nothing against this woman. The woman is beautiful. My children is beautiful. My family members are beautiful. I have beautiful cousins, beautiful sisters, beautiful relatives. So when I see a beautiful ex-wife that she is, I don't look at it as nothing because I see it around. You see a lot of beautiful women. People is obsessed with beauty. When the Bible said you are wonderfully made. She was beautiful before she did all that. To me, my opinion, I didn't see what she was ugly at. You know, I didn't see no ugliness in her, but she did what she had to do because that's what she wanted to do. But I didn't see no ugly in her. She was already pretty to me. But now you can say, hey, it's to me, it is what it is. I see a lot of people doing what she doing. You see a lot of people doing what she doing. Look at all the people who's doing Kim Kardashian, K Michelle, all of the Kardashians. Just think about everybody who's doing what she's doing. People getting their body enhanced. But at the end of the day, for people who didn't get their body enhanced, because the Bible says you are wonderfully made. And some people say, hey, it is what it is. With me, I got a pooch. My last child, I had a C-section. I got a pooch. But I just don't want to be cut on. I already got cut one time with the C-section. I don't want to get cut no more. So, for the people who's, going in too hard, let her breathe a little bit. Do your reaction, because there's nothing wrong with people doing the reaction. It's nothing wrong with people doing a reaction. People need to get that in their head. People need to get in their head when people doing a reaction. If people put something on social media, and we're watching, you saying that people can't talk about something that they see and hear? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. If everything is in the policy guidelines and nobody is breaking the law, people can talk. And some people, it's groups. Some people on his side, some people on her side. And it's okay to have sides. It's okay to say, hey, I believe him and not her. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. People need to stop thinking that people can't have their opinion. People can have their opinion on things people put on these YouTube streets. When people go to a movie, and so many people, they say, well, this people had this amount of people who bought tickets and watched the movie. You telling me after that movie, nobody can talk about that movie? But yet they put it on the big screen, but nobody can talk about that movie? People can talk about that movie. Just like people talking about what they said on here, because people look at social media, YouTube, Facebook, more than they do the normal TV. Because just like the beginning, in the title, it says, as the truth and lie turn. It's like a soap opera. Back then, my mom, grandma used to look at Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, so many soap operas. They have 30 minutes, some of them, and some of them be an hour. When I tell you, don't play with my grandma when it comes to her, when it comes to her, I started to say game show, but when it comes to her, social, when it comes to, what is the soap operas? You can't play with my grandma when it comes to that. She would make sure that she's home. She would make sure that nobody is talking. Y'all go outside, go outside. She did not play about her soap operas and her game shows. My grandma loved herself some Price is Right, some Wheel of Fortune in her soap operas. Faithfully, faithfully. And that's what this is now. It's a whole soap opera. People want to see the outcome. And a lot of people want, oh, they need to dead this. They need to end this. People need to stop talking about it. No, nobody's not going to stop talking about it because it's a rumor that is put out on Mr. Robert, and it's not going to be a closure until they go on Ayana Fix My Life. Yeah. Go on Ayana Fix My Life because she will dig it out of them. Yes, she will. She would say, come on, guys, y'all got to put in the work. Y'all got to put in the work. And a lie detector test. And a lot of people have questions about that lie detector test. I may not fully talk on it because right now, because I have to go to my night job. So when it comes to that lie detector test, when I come back from work tonight, I may talk about what need to be asked on that lie detector test. Because that's the only way it's going to be closure. Because you got to put yourself in his shoes. Mr. Robert's shoes. You got to put yourself in his shoes. What if a rumor that could damage your career and did? And what if a rumor that can make you look bad, that would cause you probably getting in a relationship? Because guarantee you, it probably can cause him not to be in a good relationship or not in a relationship at all if this rumor is put out there, because people be like, I ain't finna get with him if he did that. So it's not going to be over until both of them take a lie detector test, or maybe one of them, but mainly I would say it's her, because that's what was put out. That's just what she's saying. So it is what it is. I'm gonna read y'all comments and I have to go to work. I gotta go to my night job. Okay, Northern Dane said, hello, Brown Tan. I'm good. Exactly. Was that a series too? I thought it was a movie only. And I see Northern Dane putting a hand up like, okay, and it says, it was hella good. I know that. And Southern Dip said, can you talk more about this later? I will. I'll talk about it later, Southern Dip, because I have to go to my night job. So I'll come back later on tonight, and I get off my night job probably about 9:30, and I got to come home and take another shower. And I'll talk about it, because I just want to probably talk about what questions I think should be asked on the lie detector test, because a lot of people are seeing where they saying that it needs to be a closure, that this need to be deadened, that people need to put this to rest, people need to stop talking about it. And I beg to differ. I say no, people's not going to talk about it because it's a whole rumor put out about something. And so even though people can people can stop talking about it right now today, no more about it. But at the end of the day, he's still going to have a rumor hung over his head, and that's not right. That's not right. So that's why I say it's not going to be over until this is some real closure where the truth is put out. That's why I say they need to go on Ayana Fix My Life. She would dig this story out of them. She would make them so happy as in the inside. Whatever they feel on the inside, she would push it out of them. Trust me, I seen her shows. I was a big fan of Ayana Fix My Life. So with that being said, everybody, thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Like I said, don't think I'm new to this. I'm true to this. I was on this ever since October. I got videos all the way in October when this first happened. I just wasn't amongst the ones who kept talking about it and talking about it. For those who are speaking on it, do you. Do what you do, boo. Do what you do. But at the end of the day, The name calling, to each his own. I don't do it, but to each his own. To the people who do it, do I don't got nothing to do with it. That name calling, I don't got nothing to do with that. This my channel. I don't do it. I don't do it because at the end of the day, she young enough to be my daughter. So with that being said, everybody, I love you all. Definitely hit the like button. Please hit the like button. For the bush washers in the bushes, thank you all for joining my channel. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe and share the video. So with that being said, everybody, peace out. Love you guys. Till next time. Peace.